Hello and welcome back, friends. If you are new around here, I'm Big GATAH. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you are right where you belong. Right now, we are covering the Grand Slam, U.S. Open. So, get into the comments. Let me see what you're playing for the quarterfinals, day 2, which is tomorrow. And keep your eyes peeled for my pinned comment if you would like to see what I'm playing as well. And if you do like the breakdowns of these matches and the analysis, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way for me. I really appreciate everyone that does. And if you feel generous for any of the wins that you have been getting on the channel, there's a link in the pinned comment if you would like to just donate. It's just there if you'd like to. It's not mandatory whatsoever. Everything I do here is fully free. And speaking of free, I have a free Discord in the pinned comment as well if you'd like to join that. We talk tennis all day. If you're looking for extra picks, trying to figure out more about how to bet on tennis, it's all there for you, all right? So make sure you get yourself involved. We'd love to have you, all right? And with that being said, we'll be looking like for today. I didn't play anything today. I kept it a little bit light. I played maybe like one thing, which was the set spread for Alcaraz. Which was like worth nothing. So if you guys played that, then good on you. You saw it coming. It's not that we haven't been able to find the things that we like to bet on. It's just the stuff that we like isn't valued at what we want them to be. So we look for other things. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But if it doesn't pop out to me today, I'm not forcing nothing else. When it comes to the Grand Slams, you just got to go with what looks the best. And you can make the risk and big chances when it makes sense. Like Minaur, we took a few days ago to win. Not the most recent time, but the time before that. So, anyway, we'll get into the only two matches we have for tomorrow. And our very first match is going to be Felix Auger-Aliassime going against Alex de Minaur. And I'm surprised when I look at this, but their head-to-head is 3-3. It's tied up. They've been going all the way back since the juniors, though. Their first head-to-head is back in the Wimbledon Juniors. Back in 2016. 5-7, 7-6, 6-2, Alex de Minaur. Then very next year in the quarterfinals, which was the Wimbledon quarterfinals that took place, they go to the Drummondville Challenger in 2017, where Felix wins in straight sets on the indoor hard courts. I'm going to tell you something right now that's going to maybe surprise you. Felix has won 3 times. And they've played 6 times. When Alex de Minaur plays him on anything outside of a hard court, he wins. Whenever Felix plays him on a hard court, I did not know this, by the way. Whenever they play on a hard court, Felix wins. In straights, by the way. So, mind you, that was before he had the back surgery. So, 2022 was his last win on Alex de Minaur in the Davis Cup. It went 6-3, 6-4. And the time before that was earlier in that year. They played in Cincinnati in the second round where Alex lost in straights as well. So, just given that the last time they played each other was in Rome on the clay, Alex won 6-7, 6-4, 6-4. So, he ended up losing the first set. Now, if there's one thing I would love to take for this one, because there's a bit of bias that's going to go into this. Sometimes you have to, and it's not full bias, right? It's a little bit of experience. I've personally watched Alex de Minaur play in a final, and I have to tell you, the odds were against him astronomically when I saw him play in DC. He was down a set and a half and somehow turned the match around and won the final. So, I don't know if that de Minaur was the de Minaur that Felix got. But I know that he's been playing like the de Minaur that I saw. Felix's matches, he beat Rublev in straights. That was a ball toss up in the air. You really was a coin flip of who you went with there. I told you guys, in my mind, it was Felix, but in my heart, it was Rublev. I remember it specifically, and that's why my money was going to end up going on Felix. But beating Zverev and Rublev, you've beaten so many of the Titans. It can't just end with you losing to Demonar like this, right? You've been put as the dog position again. Black man, will you do it? Black man, can you do it? Black man, you should do it. But was the money going to go on him for me? I can't say for sure. One thing I can say for sure though is I do like the Demon having to go a little bit further for the win. And even if he doesn't, I like it going over 20.5 total games. I can see... Oh, man. Felix's line is at 19.5. Ah, man. Demon hasn't had a true test of grit yet. His mental has been maintained. He's the favorite in this match. I kind of think he's going to win it just based off what I've seen. Just what I've seen with my own, like, live at the actual court, watching him in front of me from a seat. Like, I haven't seen Felix. So, that's the only thing that's outweighing Demonar right now. But, you know, we got to go into the bullshit. So, let me get into the stats. Felix is 21-8 this season. So far, he has a better record than Yuri Lehechka. Yuri is 20-9 now. So let that sink in for a second. Let's actually let that sink in for a second. Felix has a better record than Lehechka right now on the hard court. He is 34-19. That's like too trustworthy of a stat. 21-8. Alex de Minaur is 24-7. It's a little bit more trustworthy. Felix is 34-19, as I said before, but de Minaur is 42-15. If you can't do math that fast, that is 8 more wins and 4 more losses. 4 less losses, I'm sorry. So 8 more wins and 4 less losses than Felix. He's ranked number 8 in the world for a very good reason. But he dropped. He's been dropping rank. Felix, at one point in time, was ranked number 6. Both of these guys, at their best, were ranked number 6. I've been talking down on Felix's condition since his surgeries. And I think I need to take it back a little bit. Pull it back a little bit. I'm not going to fully go back on what I said because I do think that he plays significantly slower than how he used to. But I think he's found a way to make this work. His serve has been absolutely fucking brilliant. He had 13 aces on Rublev, who only had 6. So his return game has also been fucking... Going against Rublev, who has a great serve, okay? De Minaur, he's going to struggle against de Minaur. But de Minaur can't serve that hard. So the only time you're really going to be struggling with him is once you're in rallies, which he's going to have the gas to go. But as far as his serve, he's going to be able to return de Minaur serves all day. There's going to be no aces for de Minaur. If anything, it will probably be like 2 or 3. I don't see him getting 6 on Felix. I can see Felix getting at least 12, though. Actually, how often has de Minaur been getting aced? Reedy has a really good serve. It wasn't working for him against him, though. He only managed to end up with 3, and de Minaur had 9. So, quite impressive from de Minaur. Not so much from Rieti. Forgive me. De Minaur had 11 aces against Altmaier, who had 4. He's returning really well. The total aces is at 17.5. I feel like it's got to go over that. Something about that seems like it's got to go over that. Let's see. So, it went to 12 total in de Minaur's last match. But it went to 19 in Felix's last match. Which means that, yeah, he's getting some, but he's also giving some up. So it's just when you're looking at who's beaten who. When you're looking at who's beaten who, Felix has gone through Rublev, Zverev, Safulin, and Harris. All kind of like all those people. If you were talking to me about Felix before the U.S. Open, I'd be like, any of these guys can beat him, and it's true. They very well could, but they didn't. And then we have Minaur, who's going against Chris O'Connell, Shintaro Mochizuki, Daniel Altmaier, and Leandro Rietti. He's supposed to beat them in straight sets. He dropped a set to Altmaier. Is it going to be a rude awakening? Because I don't think he's had that yet. Or maybe he had it with Altmaier when he dropped a set in that tiebreak. And that's what snapped him into form going against Rietti. Because we saw what happened with Jannik, right? Jannik dropped a set to Dennis. Came back and was like, fuck that. Even if Bublik is not going to give me a much of a match, I'm going to try to bagel him and straight sets. The fucking spread against the Bublik and in the Bublik and center match, the spread was 15 points. It was 18-3. So that's a level we know that Sinner and Alcaraz can get to. Comparatively with Felix and de Minaur, let's look at their histories on the hard court, and let's get a good deep dive on this because we only got 2 matches today, right? So we go back to earlier this year, right? Felix made it all the way to the final in Dubai, where he lost to Tsitsipas in straights. But right before that, not too long before that, he won in Adelaide, beating Sebastian Korda and Tommy Paul. So far, he's been doing well in the U.S. Open. He came into Cincinnati and did his thing until he ended up going against Jannik Sinner. He beat Ben Bonzi and Arthur Rinderknecht, kind of. And Thomas Echeverry in straights. So he was looking real good. It's looking like he's snapped into the form that we think that he's supposed to be in, as we've missed him being in the past. Because I feel like we kind of had him in Adelaide. We fully had him in Adelaide. He won the whole thing. But then you just never know after that. He lost in the semifinals, but he had a quarterfinals retirement from Medvedev in Doha. He had a walkover from Medvedev. So literally, from round 1 where he beat Conton who he's supposed to beat, he lost to Rublev in the one match where he actually had to play another full match. So, granted, he came back and beat him in straights. So what does that say about the Felix that we have here now? Does he have any in the tank against de Minaur? And now I was someone that was really big behind the de Minaur tank, and then I was watching him lose to Ben Shelton, Riley Opelka. Was that so he could get the rest for this? Because I assure you that Alex de Minaur is not trying to... Oh. He did make it to the quarterfinals, but lost to Jack Draper last year. And the year before, he lost in the 4th round to Medvedev. And the year before, he made it to the 3rd round and lost to Carreño Busta. So this is his moment. In his mind, he's like, look, I need to get past this point. I need to make it to the semis. Looking at Felix, as far as hardcourt majors go, this is the furthest he's been as well. He went to the Australian Open quarterfinals and lost against Medvedev in a 5-setter. So, if you think both of these guys are going to get a set, I wouldn't be mad at that either, honestly. I feel like de Minaur and both Felix can get a set here. I just think it's... I think if Felix wins, it's not going to be a straight set win like how he got Rublev. But I don't think de Minaur beats him in straights. So, with that being said, I think over 3.5 sets is the play here. But if you ask me who I think will win, I think with the history and the form, Felix has the upper edge here. I think Felix is the one who might get it done here. I might be biased betting on the black guy. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I'm betting on the numbers. I think that Felix is going to play better here because he's been having to, and he's seemingly playing all right. He doesn't seem too tired, but fatigue is a real thing. He hasn't dropped but one set so far, though. He hasn't played too long. So I'm thinking, and this is what Felix wants, though. I just want to preface, this is exactly what Felix wants us to do. We start to believe a little bit. And when you believe a little bit and you put the money on him, it just crumbles. If I take him, I feel like if I take him, he'll lose. That's how I feel. If I take Felix to win, he'll lose. So I'm saying Minaur because my heart is telling me that Minaur is going to win because I've seen it. But my brain is telling me Felix is going to win this match. So, given both of these guys haven't been to a quarterfinal, and I've been a bit disappointed by what I could see from a Minaur, he lost in the second round to Rally Opelka and the quarterfinals to Ben Shelton. A lefty, but both two big servers. Felix also has a big serve. What do we think? He gave Zverev some trouble, right? He had about 10 aces on Zverev. Broke him 3 times. If he can break Zverev 3 times, I feel like he can break the Demon a few times as well. But I like the over 3.5 sets. I like the over 3.5 sets. And if you wanted to go super safe with it, or for a parlay piece, if you wanted to lean a little bit on Felix's way, I would take the plus 1.5 for Felix. Think he'll get like 2 sets. If he does lose, I think he gets 2 sets. So it may go to a 5-setter. But yeah, we'll move on. And last but not least, we have Jannik Sinner going against Lorenzo Musetti. Jannik Sinner and Lorenzo Musetti. So, in their head-to-head history, it is 2-1. Lorenzo Musetti has a technical win due to a walkover in Barcelona, but he's never been able to get a set on Alcaraz. They played in 2023 in their last matches, and it was on the clay. But they played in Antwerp in the second round in the indoor hard courts, and Sinner won 7-5, 6-2. That was back in 2021. It's been about 4 or 5 years since then. Musetti got rid of Minaur in straight sets. We didn't expect that, but we did. Beat Caboli. Even though Caboli retired, he was getting beaten. So we have Musetti, who's seemingly hasn't dropped a set. And I'm going to say that because he dropped a set to Giovanni and Petri Pericard in a first set tiebreak. First set tiebreak. Had to get his bearings right. Had to get his feet right. So I don't really count that one too heavily against him. But if you have to count it against him, then both of the Italians have dropped a set, and that's about it since they've been playing. Just looking at their record so far this season, it's going to be not much to talk about. But Sinner, number 1 in the world, 16-1 on the hard court, 35-4 this season, going against Musetti, who is 11-7 on the hard court, 30-13 this season. So 9 more losses than Jannik. 6 more losses on the hard court. 6 less wins on the hard court as well this season. Jannik has a 76% win rate, going against Musetti, who has a 56% win rate. This is the only time where I'm like, fuck this. We're taking it straight sets. I don't care what the price is at. I don't care. Musetti's been playing well. Maybe he can get a set on Jannik. He hasn't played him in 2 years. He does not know what he's in for. After what he did to Bublik, I don't think that he can give this guy as much hell as Bublik did. And Bublik wasn't even trying to win, but something tells me that we're going to get a straight set win from Jannik here. God damn it, Dennis the Menace. You just had to just make this man drop a set, ruin my win the championship without dropping a single set ticket, but it's okay. It's betting. We lose, we win. It's okay. I think that I am going to lock in Alcaraz. I'm sorry, Sinner. 3-0. It's minus 150. I know it's against my ways. It's against my ways. But I'll be damned if Lorenzo Musetti is able to get a set on this guy. I'll be damned. I don't care if you bageled and 6-1 Minaur. I don't. If he didn't drop a set to Bublik, who is debatably the third best player in the tournament so far, debatably, but based on the performance of Bublik in the Tommy Paul match and every match up until then, he was the third best player in this tournament. Don't act like he wasn't. Keep it real with yourself. Keep it real with me. Swamp talk. Keep it between us. We know what the real is. But if you want to take a spread for Yannick, minus 7.5, man, fuck that. Man, give me 8.5. Give me 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. If he can beat Bublik 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, give me 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 for Musetti. How many aces did Musetti get? Let's see how well his serve's been going. Because his serve's been looking pretty good. He's been playing really well. Let me not discount too much. 7 aces against Minaur. 3 aces against Musetti. You're not going to do a damn thing. I'm sorry, my boy. I hate to say it, but you can take the spread, 8.5, 6-3, 6-3. It's plus 135. I may play it as a certified smoke, but we may just go with Yannick Sinner 3-0 set betting. And we might just take the over 3.5 sets for Felix. That's what I'm feeling like we're doing today. It's 2 matches, 2 tickets. Let's not be a bitch about it. Let's just get into it and get right to it and get the money. Let's just get the money. Who's with me, though? That's the real question. Who's with me? It's plus 144 for those 2 picks. Why? Why wouldn't this happen, right? So I'll let you guys go. I won't hold this too much longer. We're gonna get some greens though. That much I know. So keep your eyes peeled for the pinned comment if you would like to play what I'm playing, and also take care of yourself, take care of others. Be nice to one another, please. And I will catch you in the very next video. Be well. Peace.